We are live.
Do we have a new background or something?
We do.
What is it? Just the logo slanted?
Yeah, because you couldn't read it when the video was on, so Matt
Hmm.
made a new one, so when he puts clips on social, you can read what it is.
Pretty groovy, man.
Gotta say.
Now things are happening. Now those numbers are gonna start popping.
Your TikTok and inspired the whole team.
Oh, good. Everyone's. We've moved into 2022
Yeah.
with gusto.
I gotta say, you're looking pretty buff.
Is that right?
Did some push-ups today, didn't you?
I mean, I was doing. I could max out at 50 push-ups on my best days.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know why I present myself like a guy that couldn't do push-ups. Although evidently my form is bad, which really bummed me out.
Did that guy also not know we have a $500 tier?
Why?
Because he's like, I'll subscribe at the highest mark if you.
Oh yeah. Well, I gotta be fair. I imagine a lot of people don't assume that.
Well, we're gonna get into technicalities here.
I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed that Darren Ravel has not blocked me yet.
I'm surprised you've been going at him.
I've been working hard at it, you know.
That Rosa Parks what was
Malcolm
it?
X for Joe Burrow.
That made me laugh. That was funny.
I get myself caught in between a rock and a hard place, as they say, because I always I don't know. I guess this isn't hypocritical of me because I always say don't blame the assholes on social media. Blame yourself for how you handle it.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to say that anyways, but then when I go at a guy like Darren Ravel, I'm like, oh, I'm just being one of the assholes.
You're his Ted Sarandis.
I suppose, yeah. I mean it all in good fun. I'm trying to keep him in line. I mean, I don't know. I guess here's how I'll rationalize it in my head. I would hope that if I said I have memorabilia of black people, thus I'm not racist, that people would call me out on that and mock me a little bit.
You're what you said 2 days ago too was spot on. It's like I'm glad he went with the obscure names.
Yeah, right. You can tell he's a real fan, you know.
I mean, those were not names I haven't heard 1,000 times. So I guess
you think I don't know a lot about the civil rights movement? Ever heard of Rosa Parks?
Harriet Tubman?
You know, Martin Luther King? I go with the deep cuts.
Yeah. Oh my God. What a fucking dork.
So I forgot to do some cleanup from last night here. We never got to I meant to tell you. We played the beautiful ad read that Louis J. Gomez gave. Why Are You Laughing?
Yeah.
Louis J. Gomez is a great man, by the way, and a friend of the show. But I forgot to tell you, you said you hadn't listened to the episode. I forgot to tell you the segment that leads into our ad.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which I really feel is perfect.
Uh-huh.
It's a somewhat recurring segment on the Real Ass Podcast called Rape Dicks, which Zach Amico and Louis J. Gomez investigate rapes that they hear about in the news.
Why?
Well, it's I forget what this topic was, but it's just like interesting sexual assault stories and shit. But they put their a Louis J. Gomez type of spin on it. But I just thought it was very fitting that it's, hey, we're talking rape. Now listen to Why Are You Laughing?
It's too bad we didn't have the like a clip of us talking about Mencia from that episode as
oh, that's right. I forget. That's the wildest analogy. It's funny. Both times we've talked about that, it hasn't sunk in with me. Like I erase it from my memory.
Yeah.
But we should just talk about that every day. We should play that segment from Tiger Belly every day and just break it down on the show. And every day we'd notice something new about it.
It is my favorite. We did play that on Why Are You Laughing, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because I know we played it on here for a little. So
yeah.
I keep getting everything confused now.
Yeah, no, we'll have a yearly celebration of that segment.
Stealing a joke, it's like, rape.
Not even that. He was calling himself a rapist.
I know.
And Bobby's like, you mean metaphorically? And he's like, no. Let me handle it, Bob.
Giving him all the outs.
Few stories in the world of comedy I want to get to today. But first, I did want to mention, I tweeted this the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Just started watching a show called Righteous Gemstones. You familiar?
Right. Yeah, I've never watched it, but I know the cast is something I should watch.
Yeah, okay. I hadn't really heard of it until somewhat recently. And part of that's probably because they took a long break. I don't know if that was just because of COVID or other things. Because I
Mhm.
think it started in like 2018 or something. But yeah, the cast is it stars Danny McBride, Adam Devine, John Goodman, Walton Goggins. I don't know who plays the girl, Judy, but she's very funny, and I believe was also in Vice Principals. So a great, amazing cast. I haven't heard anything about it, so
No,
I tweeted about it, and I got the most stunning. I couldn't believe the responses I got.
I
This is the
didn't
most
watch it.
polarizing show of all time.
I've never watched it because I've heard literally nothing about it, and with that crew, I assume that
Neither
means
had I. I thought people would be like, Mike, we don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Righteous what? We don't understand you." But every response I got was either extreme love, extreme hatred. But the most interesting thing I found is, when people say, like, people either love it or hate it. With Righteous Gemstones, based on my surveying the people on Twitter, the most interesting responses were people very aggressively saying, "It's fine. It's okay. No better, no worse."
that's that. It got to
With
be.
like exclamation points. It's mediocre. They're like mad about it.
Well, if it's mediocre with that crowd, I would understand being pissed. Actually,
I suppose, but I mean, Danny McBride is a Danny McBride character, same as always, but hilarious.
is he basically Kenny Powers in the show?
No, I mean it's different. He's Kenny Powers esque, but he's also, so they're pastors, ministers. I
Yeah.
don't know the right term, but they're like priests. And John Goodman is essentially like a Joel Osteen type of guy.
Okay,
And Danny McBride, Adam Devine, and the girl are his kids, kind of coming up in the ranks.
got it. Got it.
And so, like, the show starts with Danny McBride being blackmailed,
Mhm.
and it's pretty interesting. Like, I think it's very good. I think it's funny. I think it gets funnier as it goes on. Like, I'm caught up now, and the second season's a little funnier, I think, so far.
Mhm.
But I was amazed the responses I got because it was such a dizzying array of of anger or passion behind it.
What do you think Danny McBride's best role is?
I think Kenny Powers is one of the best TV characters ever.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't. I was actually just thinking movies, but yeah, you're right. That's definitely the answer. Other than that,
Um,
him in Hot Rod is probably the funniest thing to me.
Him and Hot Rod is very good. He's funny in that movie, which wasn't a great movie, but The Heartbreak Kid.
I don't think I've seen it.
Danny McBride was probably the best part of that movie. Vice Principals was a great show. And I think he's also the best part of This Is the End, which I think is a very funny movie.
Yep, and actually, I think he's probably the funniest. He's very, very funny man. He's also Pineapple Express. He's very funny.
They said, back when Seth Rogen was still cool, he said that Danny McBride was the funniest of the group. Like he would make, like just in real life, he would make everyone laugh constantly.
That's the least surprising comment. I think he's very funny.
Which I assume he's like that role that he's playing, which is essentially he's just playing like an asshole who takes himself too seriously in every role. And
Mhm.
I'd be fascinated to know, like, does he know someone like that who he's centered his career around mocking? You
Maybe
know what I
that's
mean? Like,
maybe
who
that's
influenced that character?
maybe that's just him in real life, and they're
Or
all
it's just him in real life. But
they're
I've heard him speak, and he writes a lot of this, like Vice Principals, and I think this Righteous Gemstones. He at least has a hand in creating. Walton Goggins is another one. Did I say that?
no.
He's an amazing actor.
I don't know who that is. I don't think.
You would if you saw him. He's in a bunch of shit.
Take a peek at this guy's beautiful face.
He's an
good looking
unbelievable
though.
actor and a very handsome man. Now that you mention it,
Walton Goggins?
yeah.
Okay. He's
Yeah.
he's the T word in Sons of Anarchy.
Is that what he's in? Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
I think he's in another FX show after that.
Yeah, he not
Justified, maybe?
Is it Justified?
I don't know. I didn't watch it, but I thought so.
It might be. Yeah, and Sons of Anarchy, he is a prostitute with a penis and boobs.
Well, I say, regardless of Walton Goggins' past roles, go check out Righteous Gemstones and let me know what you know. Because now I'm just determined. I'm surveying America. I'm determined to know what people think of this. Because it astonishes me that it has that good a cast and no one has talked about it really, other than 9 people that follow me on Twitter.
You say it's on HBO? So you said?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take a peek at it then.
Yeah, give it a watch. Not too many episodes, which is good too. All right. Where do we want to start?
Did you know, by the way, I still haven't watched it, but Matt and Mike were telling me about it the other day. There's a show on I think it might be HBO as well. It's all the Broken Lizard guys, the ones from Super Troopers, as firefighters.
I think yes, I did hear about this at some point, and I intended to watch it and just never got around to it.
And I love everything they do except for Puddle Cruiser or Puddle Jumper. I forget what the name of that movie is. That movie stinks. I think it was the first one they made. But everything else I love, so I'm shocked that I've never even heard of this movie.
I'll have to check that out as well. All right.
TV show, my bad. TV show.
Where does it? Well, first I'll tell you, go to patreon.com/blindmike. If you want to get these episodes live, you can live stream these episodes. Only a select number of on the $1 tier left. So getting while the getting's good. And then you got $5 and $10. Obviously, save 2 months by subscribing for the year if you'd like. And Why Are You Laughing a week early, all that fun stuff. And we have merch. But the most important thing, I think, is start rating everything and subscribing and following on social media, all that. Get those numbers up because we look like fools. We look very silly. Like, I know there's people listening to this, yet we look silly. If someone looks at our Twitter, they're like, yeah, these guys aren't, they're minor league is what they think of us.
Yeah, but now we
got a lot of baloney.
We got this new background, so we're stepping up.
I mean, look at the background, guys.
This background is great.
Listen, tell your friends, if you've been telling your friends about the Blind Mike Project and they're not into it, say you got to see the new episodes. Don't listen to them. Watch them on YouTube. You got to see this new background.
It's way more professional.
You're never going to believe it. What are the numbers skyrocket now? All the comments are like, hey, great background.
I didn't know what this was until I saw this new background.
I thought this was dog shit, but then I saw you guys. Then I realized you guys were taking it seriously when I saw this background.
I didn't even think of it. Matt, because he cuts the clips. He goes, "I'm making a new background." I went, "Okay."
I saw it in the email and I just ignored it. I didn't know what he was talking about, so I was like, "All right."
Yeah, he texted me on the side before that.
Okay.
And I was like, "Well, no, that makes sense. So yeah, go for it."
I mean, it's something to behold, guys. Even I could see it. So
this background fucks.
YouTube Blind Mike Project. I actually don't know if it's youtube.com/Blind Mike Project, but
that's a great.
That might take you somewhere.
Go on YouTube and type in the Blind Mike Project.
So tell me about this Patrice thing you mentioned, because I have some thoughts. I wanted to talk about the Patrice O'Neal benefit kind of just in more general terms of how it was done this year. But you said there's a David Tell video of some kind?
This video might tie into what you're talking about. So if you want to go first and then I can play it as an example.
Possibly. No, because I don't know what it is. So just tell me and maybe we'll.
This is after the show. And all David Tell filmed himself coming out on stage with all the comics and everything.
Okay.
Just listen to Voss here.
I held it together, but you guys were doing. Pete Davidson couldn't make it.
He goes, Pete Davidson couldn't make it, and I went, wow, interesting. Right?
Oh, I heard that. I thought that was just a joke.
So what happened was Pete Davidson, I guess, headlined or went on last, went up for about between 5 and 10 minutes and just stared at his phone and did a shit job and didn't give a fuck.
Is that true?
Yeah. And then as soon as he was done, he left. So when they did this curtain call, he was already gone.
That's a very funny line by Voss then. That's hilarious, actually.
Yes, that's wicked funny.
Pete Davidson couldn't make it. Oh, I didn't know. What a shithead.
Yeah, that's why me and you called this months ago when this lineup got posted.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about the lineup in general because if you don't know, if you're not familiar, I know there's a lot of Patrice fans that watch this program based on the response we got from episodes we've done about him. But if you're not aware, they hold a Patrice O'Neal benefit every year, minus COVID and all that shit. But generally speaking, every year in New York, Bill Burr and Maureen Taryn, I think, is the woman that organizes it. They put it together, and it was always like the first few years, it was Patrice's friends. It was Voss would host. I think he's hosted every year. Burr, Jim Norton, Colin Quinn, Bobby Kelly, Keith Robinson. I'm trying to think of other guys that have done it. But then, like, over the years, they've started mixing in other people. Like Louis showed up one year and filled in for Burr. I know that. But to be fair, they all like Joe List and Mark Normand played it one year. So they have brought in like younger guys here and there. But this lineup seemed very weird to me. It was people that have nothing to do with Patrice.
All of his friends that he hung out with still basically live in New York and are top comics.
Yeah, and they haven't even had all of Patrice's friends on the show. You know what I mean? It's like the hilarious thing is they got one of the guys from the podcast Taste Buds, and it was Sal Vulcano, not Joe DeRosa.
Right.
Which, I like Impractical Jokers for what it is, but could you imagine what Patrice would say about,
I think he would like them, to be honest.
I was thinking that as I was saying it. I was like, well, he might actually like it. But just like the idea of that is like, like DeRosa was one of his guys and Sal is on the show. It's very weird, and that's nothing against Sal. Like, I like Sal and DeStefano. I don't even mind like Yamanika Saunders, but like these people don't seem super tied into Patrice. And I saw Yamanika post yesterday, like, I'm excited. I could hear Patrice in my head saying, "Shut up, bitch," or something like that. And it's like, I think Yamanika knew him. I know she was on his pod. She was on that Black Phillip show.
Yep.
So she knew him to some, but my thing is for the fans that are going, like, if this is for the fans to kind of, give back to the family and remember Patrice O'Neal, it's weird to have almost exclusively comics that have no real connection to him,
Right. And I think a lot of this is actually on Burr, right? Isn't he the one that...
Yes and no, because Burr does, like, he's tied to it. He headlines it every year. It's kind of his event, but I know that Maureen Taryn, he always credits her for like doing all the actual work.
He probably says, "Here's the names, go make it happen."
Right. Yeah. I don't know how it works, but it's very weird. And I also think it's weird. And I guess the answer is they're open and honest about it. So if people don't want to buy a ticket or support the show, they don't have to. But I do think it's weird to have a benefit where all the proceeds go to Patrice's mom.
Well, I think that's their way of making it not sound shitty. And I guarantee you she's putting it away for a little bit for herself because he did support her.
Right.
And his daughter probably.
I actually like it more now that I think Von DiCarlo has been cut out.
Yeah, no, that's my favorite. I hope that for her, because he loved her daughter, like own. So I'm hoping that there's some sort of trust,
college fund or something for it.
Yeah.
It's an all around strange event, and I think it's very weird that like Bobby and Norton and Colin aren't involved. Although if Attell was there, again, that's another name that I'm all right with. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they just want it to be 50-50, and they want people to go, so they get names like Sal and DeStefano,
I think if they just did like the Opie and Anthony crew, more or less, it would sell out multiple times over.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying. That's what it should be. They should be catering this towards me, is my point.
The fact that Opie and Anthony aren't there or invited is criminal.
It's very weird. It's very weird because everyone's made it about themselves,
right?
And all the infighting that goes on instead of like, well, what would Patrice want? You know what I mean? Like Opie and Anthony were his guys, and the reason we have so much content to remember Patrice is because of Opie and Anthony.
Dude, Patrice and Anthony were like best friends, it seemed like. boy, does he need Patrice to be alive now. I saw some tweets of that motherfuckers today that made me sit down and take a deep breath.
He's losing his mind. Yeah.
He's not typing the N-word, but if you see a tweet with
symbolically he is.
Oh no, he is saying it, but he's doing asterisks for each.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And you know the craziest part about that is I watch, like, if you see that on Twitter, Anthony Cumia's 19th Twitter account.
Yep.
You think, oh, this is a man who's completely lost it, like Owen Benjamin or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I go and watch clips from his show on YouTube, he's still Anthony.
Right.
He's still joking around. He's relatively normal. You know, he doesn't seem like he's lost his mind or anything. But on Twitter, it is this weird, like, almost dedication to make people think he's racist.
Oh yeah. He
and God, Anthony, and I hate Anthony Cumia and all people that do this. I know the numbers in Chicago. Stop giving me crime stats from there. I got it.
Who's this directed at?
Oh, I'm sure you too, probably. I didn't think about it, but
oh no.
Extra goodies.
Yeah, that too, I guess. But that's their go-to. It's like, well, look at Chicago. I got it. I got it. There's crime.
We understand. Lori Lightfoot sucks.
Anyways, yeah. So rest in peace, Patrice. But I think he would be somewhat nauseated to see the lineup that is honoring him now.
Oh my God. The only person that was like a transplant was, I think he would actually really like Sal, because he's not just using his name to be a comic. He's actually going up every night multiple times to like figure shit out.
For sure. I mean, yeah, maybe he would like, but my point is, like, he toured with Big J, who I don't believe has done it yet.
I know. Norton,
you know, like, get guys like that who are friends with Sal, you know?
How the fuck is Norton not on that show?
It's very weird. He's in New York. He's doing the fucking radio show.
That is the number one guy. Number one. Over Burr, over everyone on the show. Number one, you think who's going to be on a Patrice benefit show? It's Norton.
And I would say 2 and 3 would be Bobby and Colin, who are also not on it.
I would probably put Burr above Colin.
Maybe.
Colin was better for him professionally because he got him on TV and stuff.
Yeah.
But Burr was actually a friend.
I love the argument between Colin and Patrice that we play on the Tough Crowd Why You Laughing.
I don't even remember.
I think that's it's very symbolic of their relationship. Go listen, folks.
Yes. Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Last week. Whatever this is.
Whenever this is. So Pete Davidson just left? Did anyone say anything about it? Like, did Burr tweet about it or anything?
I don't know. I was reading the comments and people that went were pissed. He went up there and was just reading his phone nonchalantly, just looking at jokes. He didn't go up with any material on that lineup. I mean, say what you will. That
when
lineup.
You say reading his phone, you mean reading notes, like reading jokes off his phone.
Right.
Okay. That'd be great if he was just texting up there.
Oh, I know. Kim's waiting for me. But, and then I guess he got off stage and left. And then that's when they went out and did that. And Voss was like, where the fuck did he go?
You know, hilarious story is when Anthony Cumia was still invited to these events. Pete Davidson did it a few years ago. Mm-hmm. And Cumia was talking to him, shooting the shit. And they were having a nice conversation.
I know this story.
And Keith the cop was there.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, hey, man, we'd love to get you on the show. And Pete's like, yeah, sure. Anytime. And so Keith hands him his business card and says, like, make sure you text me and I'll get your number, blah, blah, blah. And then later, they're talking to Michael Che. And the three of them get in the elevator and they see Anthony's business card crumpled up in the corner. Or Keith's business card.
He is such a cunt.
He does seem like it. Like, I've tried to like Pete Davidson, but more and more, he just seems like a real asshole.
I liked him when he put out a special when he was like 19. And you're like, wow, I mean, this isn't great, but this kid is fucking 19 years old.
The one on Comedy Central, SMD, I think it's called,
mm-hmm.
which are his father's initials. I thought that one was not bad. Now, I was also in college when I watched it.
I think that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. So maybe I was also more, maybe I wouldn't like it now. I have no idea. But like I enjoyed it at the time. And then his new special on Netflix, or newer special. I didn't think it was particularly funny. I thought it was a guy who's, 25 years old, who probably wasn't ready to put out a special. But I also thought his story about Louis C.K., he tells this story about Louis getting him in trouble. He says,
Oh,
Louis C.K. tried to get me fired.
Yeah, for the weed.
And then the story is that Pete Davidson was smoking weed before SNL. Louis told Lorne Michaels and said, "You got to get this kid some help." Like he's going on stage fucked up.
Right.
That's Pete Davidson's story about this guy tried to get me fired. It's like, I don't know, man. This seems pretty a complete lack of self-awareness is what I saw when he was telling that story.
And there's also he doesn't go on any sketches really.
No, that's the thing with everyone on SNL. There's no, I'm not aware of a character, like a recurring character that's very popular the way there used to be. I'm not aware of, even like I said, I thought Kate McKinnon's Anthony Fauci impression was actually not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's one of the first things I've seen from SNL where I'm like, okay, that seems like kind of old school SNL. I could see that being on in the 90s or whatever,
Right.
But I don't know that as her, her version of Will Ferrell doing George Bush. You know what I mean? Like I saw it once for 9 seconds. It's not like it's some massive hit that everyone's talking about.
Right.
So it's a very weird time on SNL, but Pete Davidson is a microcosm of that.
The only thing I could tell you right now that I thought was two. One that he was in and was when Bill Burr hosted last time, he did like the mob boss. I just got out of jail and now the mob's woke. Did you see that?
I don't. Oh yes, I did. That was actually very funny. Yeah,
that was funny, and I thought Pete Davidson was funny in it. Like the whole thing was funny. And then when Chappelle was on and he was the Allstate guy, and he just kept telling everyone to. Pete Davidson was dressed up as Count Chocula, and fucking Chappelle stops the whole bit and just goes in the Allstate like hello voice. It's just like, look at Pete Davidson's lips. Like, he just kept making fun of him.
By the way, I hate to say that the great Colin Quinn is ripping off our bits, but when I saw him last week, he does have a joke about the fact that mobsters are doing like ad reads for podcasts now.
Does he really?
Yeah. It's pretty funny too.
That's funny.
So he must be a fan, Colin. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for subscribing, Colin.
Patreon.com/blindmike. Go buy some merch. The one other comedy story I want to talk about before we get into our main one. Nikki Glaser has consumed my mind, and basically all this banter for the first half hour of the podcast is me doing my best to not exclusively talk about Nikki Glaser. Because I brought it up here last night. I brought it up on KMS. I at some point I have to stop talking about Nikki Glaser, so I'm pushing it as far back as I can into this podcast.
Right.
But there is more to get into there. But one other weird thing. Did you see my boy Andrew Santino got caught in some, I would call it like a minor league Steve Renazizi situation?
No.
It's so I don't think it'll affect his career in any way, nor should it. I haven't seen a lot of talk about it on social media, but the Fighter and the Kid Reddit, which seems to be the new
O&A.
Yeah, they're the new sleuths of the internet. You're not going to pull one over on the Fighter and the Kid Reddit, it seems.
Well, the reason I think it's the new O&A forum is because no one in that forum likes Fighter and the Kid.
It seems that way. But but they're kind of going after any comic that slips up. They're right on it, and they found out. So when Chris Cornell committed suicide,
yep,
it was in a hotel in Detroit, is my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And Andrew Santino has told a story that he was there filming something. He was in Detroit filming something with Golden Tate. And he was staying in the hotel. And the next morning, he found out that he was in the hotel that Chris Cornell killed himself in. and he was like, "Holy shit!" And he made a joke like, "I could have saved him," something like that. Which is that's an interesting story, but like also kind of who gives a fuck? It's just a coincidence, you know.
Yep, big time. Who gives a fuck? Honestly,
The Fighter and the Kid Reddit found the video of Andrew Santino and Golden Tate, and it was posted like 6 months before Chris Cornell killed himself. And the night that Chris Cornell killed himself, Andrew Santino was posting from Vancouver. So again, this shouldn't affect Andrew Santino's career in any way. I still like him. I think he's a funny comic. I'll see him next time he's in Boston. But how weird is that?
That's a weird one. That's like almost weirder than Renazizi.
I think it's way weirder because at least with Renazizi, you're like, he had a story. He wanted a story.
Right.
You know what I mean? He moved to Los Angeles. He wanted a story to tell. And that's an interesting story. If Andrew Santino told me that story, I'd be like, what are the odds?
Nice.
It wouldn't change my day in any way.
I will say I am surprised that story even warranted sleuthing to begin with.
Well, that's the funny thing is like the Fighter and the Kid Reddit is like, we got him. I'm like, all right, relax, guys. But I do find it hilarious. Like, is that not the weirdest thing? Like,
that is a weird one.
What is the instinct to lie about that type of shit?
There's so many cooler deaths that you could say you were around.
There's a weird, you know, Craig, it makes me think that there's a weird impulse to tie yourself to major tragedies and deaths by celebrities.
Yeah, definitely.
Do we have any examples of that?
I sure do. Hold on. Let me pop this video.
So are you about to play the podcast?
I'm about to play the listener comments because they're funny to me.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry. The comments?
The guy that sent the video in, the NASCAR shit.
Oh, yes. Okay. So this is Nikki Glaser's podcast, which, do you know anything about this? Is she on like a subscription service or something?
It's just on YouTube.
Well, so the reason I ask is because it was posted 10 hours ago.
Right.
But the way they're talking in this clip makes it seem like it was 5 days ago.
Let's see.
You see what I'm saying?
He was a voicemail.
I guess who gives a fuck, but I am interested.
Big Money Players Network.
I
don't know what the fuck that is, but
also not a tremendous amount of views for. I would have thought Nikki Glaser would be putting up numbers.
It doesn't even have 2,000 views.
Very strange. And that's her YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Very odd. But so Nikki Glaser's podcast, at the end of it, she she receives a voicemail. She has some sort of voicemail segment. And she received this voicemail from a fan. Apparently last week, before the song was put out, she talked lovingly about Bob Saget, which, you know, I have no real problem with. But this gentleman talks about the impact it had on him.
That last girl was on a Segway. Hey, yo, ham drip, right down.
Hey.
Hi, Nikki, Andrew, and Noah. My name's Spencer. I'm actually a newer bestie. I just started listening in the last couple of weeks. But I really love the podcast. It's so helpful to me to have you guys as part of my day-to-day routine. And Nikki, I wanted to especially thank you for being so vulnerable and honest through the loss of Bob Saget. I listened to that part of the podcast on repeat. It really helped me work through a loss I dealt with last year that I kind of hadn't felt a lot of those feelings the way I should to try and work through that, and the pod helped me that grief, which I did.
I mean, who gives a shit about this guy? But isn't that a little weird? Like, I guess if you're going through something and a podcast is able to help you, that's great. That, you know, that's been the case with me. I just posted on TikTok, Blind Mike Geary on TikTok. I posted a Joey Diaz quote that was actually very meaningful to me. Like, I happened to be watching Joey Diaz's podcast when I was in a very dark time in my life, and he said something that spoke to me, impacted me greatly at the time. So I have no issue if you're influenced by a podcast, but isn't it weird to be like, oh, Bob Saget died, and Nikki Glaser is bummed out about it. Now I'm okay with my good friend's death.
Yeah.
Is that not a little strange?
It's very strange, and I get so mad at Nikki Glaser by the end of this.
Yeah, your anger. So we start with parts you can understand. You're like, okay, I can kind of relate to that, and it gets more and more enraging as we go along here.
Oh yeah, I guess the echo's back a little. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
Really?
I thought it was just me.
I don't know.
It's tough, but it's a good thing. My friend who passed was a former NASCAR driver, so his death was all over social media, and there were a lot of people grieving him.
I do have to say, when I think NASCAR, I don't think this podcast.
No, it's a strange crossover demographic. But I mean, I've never listened to Nikki Glaser's podcast, but I'm not saying I never would, and I wouldn't fit her demographic.
No.
No.
But to be like, I'm gonna fucking leave a voicemail, and then I'm gonna
a little weird, a little unexpected.
I'm gonna go back to the garage. My God, when Dale Earnhardt died, thank you, Nikki, for getting me through this.
Yeah. The next major crash at Daytona. Make sure Nikki Glaser's there to comfort the boys.
Pray for this guy.
And I almost felt like I wasn't justified in grieving him because I wasn't one of his best friends or his family member or something like that. What you said.
Okay, so this is where I'm a little suspicious of this call. Because it almost seems to relate too perfectly.
Oh, does it?
It seems to be, to me, to a skeptic, it would seem to be like you're setting yourself up for anyone that would say, Nikki, why are you writing a song about him? You weren't that close.
I don't know where in this video there's a specific, we'll see if we get to it, because there's a specific part of this that I fucking get so mad at.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, I think. But there's also like just so I'm wondering if this is like a setup call. I don't think it is. I'd be a little surprised.
Oh, it has to be.
But when I heard that, I was like, why would you even say that? Because that doesn't seem like a very common problem, that your friends harass you for being too sad when someone dies.
That's
not a problem anyone outside of Hollywood has.
If this isn't a setup call, they heard it and went, I know exactly where I'm placing this.
I was pretty bummed out when Norm Macdonald died, but no one was like, what are you, gay? You a pussy? It's like, I don't know. I was a fan of his. I don't know.
Let me try something. Let's continue this mess.
Less person who loves me, one less person that I love. It really hit home, and it helped me process a lot of the ways I felt.
Now, again, I said I was on the fence about if this was a setup call. Those are more or less lyrics from the song.
Well, this was definitely, it's so confusing. Maybe there was somewhere else that she played it already, because they play the song directly after this.
They set it up like this is the debut of the song.
Correct.
Which is why I was confused by the whole thing. But based on their timeline, this guy has not heard this song yet.
Ugh.
And yet he's like, there's one less person that I love and one less person that loves me, which is the theme of the song they're about to play.
Nikki Glaser is awful. And
the sad thing is I like, this is what happened with Amy Schumer. You guys are getting to watch what happened to me when Amy Schumer got famous internally. I didn't have a platform to voice all this before.
Yeah.
But now you're watching me, a guy who liked Nikki Glaser, watching her just get sucked in by Hollywood. The tentacles of Hollywood are wrapped around her. And I'm not yelling, Nikki, no! I'm reaching my hand out to try and save her. Unfortunately, she's not listening.
This caller is for sure sucking her.
It's got to be, right? What is the chat thing? Are they with me?
I haven't looked. People are making fun of me because of the echo, mostly.
Oh, good. Well, stay on them, folks.
I can't explain it.
Does it sound like that in the audio version?
Not at all.
Okay, good. That's all. Yeah, that's all that really matters.
That's where the bread's buttered.
Yeah.
My friend Eric was somebody who had a ton of people in his life like that, where everyone he met just felt so close to him. And I really feel a lot of what you're going through, and I'm really sorry for your loss. I appreciate.
All right, now let's
let's
all get a hold of ourselves.
He ends this call by yelling, "Raise hell, praise Dale."
Let's all get a hold of ourselves. I had raise hell, praise Dale. I had a friend who killed himself that I've talked about on this podcast before.
Wild story. That was on
and
that was behind the paywall, specifically. Just
before. It's good. Capitalize on death. We're learning here.
Yeah.
Subscribe, folks, if you'd like to hear how my buddy killed himself.
I don't know if it was more of a capitalize on death, as more of it was like, I don't need friends and family hearing me speak about this on my platform.
But he was a good buddy of mine, but I hadn't seen him in a couple of years. Like, we'd grown apart, things like that. So I said on the podcast, I talked about how I was uncomfortable, kind of like being sad about it. You know what I mean? I guess I kind of felt like this guy did, where I was uncomfortable with that. But the idea, like, if anyone said, "Hey, I'm sorry for your loss," I'd say, "Oh, no, go fuck yourself. This is not my loss."
Yeah.
Send that to his family.
In those situations,
like, the idea that Nikki Glaser is getting consolation for Bob Saget's death is repulsive.
Mike, she describes their friendship in a minute.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to hear it then.
Yeah, it is. She is absolutely. Never mind.
We're getting there. We're working our way there. Let's let the story unfold here.
Sorry, Nikki Glaser's got me all riled, dude. I'm calm down here.
Everyone to help me, and I'm sure plenty of other.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Spencer.
Keep being you guys. Thank you so much for that. Don't be and Jack.
Cut off.
This would be like if it were radio. This guy would have said the call letters at the end. Like, that's how set up this feels now. The second time I'm listening to it.
Never a dual moment said, "Pretty sure I heard this guy's voice on War of the Roses, the Prep Burger special."
Yeah, right. Exactly. He's like, "Hey, so, by the way, guy, for anyone listening out there, just subscribe, give 5 stars on iTunes."
We just got the Jack. Well, Spencer, thank you so much. That's so sweet.
Yeah,
That made me emotional. I'm so glad that it helped you, and it really helped me being able to talk about it on here with you guys. And yeah, I was thinking another thing that kind of helped me, that might help someone else, is that if I died and someone who maybe I wasn't really that close with, but someone
right fucking there.
Well, hold on, go back so we can talk about that. The echo is really distracting me.
Oh, is it?
Is there something we can do?
Let me take it down and bring it back up, possibly.
All right. And if it's not there, we'll just live with it. But I just wanted to, because I want to really dive into this. So let's play it again.
Hold on. What the fuck?
who?
That sounds better already.
All right, tell me if how this sounds.
Who maybe I wasn't really that close with, but someone.
How is that?
Much better.
Okay, I don't have the video up.
Okay, great.
Video down and hit play. So
perfect.
We'll just leave it that way. How about that?
All right. So this is Nikki Glaser talking about her friendship with Bob Saget.
Who maybe I wasn't really that close with, but someone didn't knew me peripherally or like an acquaintance, and was really upset about my death. Even certainly besties, if they were upset about my death, dead Nikki Glaser would allow anyone who wants to be sad about me to be sad about me.
So right there, she's calling for it. That when she dies, she wants all her fans to praise the shit out of her. I
don't have a huge problem with that, though. I want the gearheads to mourn my death.
Okay, but I can just tell you're joking. I can just, the way you're saying it.
I'm not. I want them to be sobbing under the covers.
Right. Very serious guy.
I don't want them to get out of bed for weeks.
This is why I want the video up, so people can fucking stare at her face when she says all this shit. God damn.
Yeah, she wants everyone to be very sad about her death. So there is, I'm sure she was friendly with Bob Saget, but I think it all stems from that.
Yeah.
That it's a fear. And, a lot of people go through shit like that. I can sympathize, but the song, all of this that we've talked about the last couple of days is a fear that Nikki Glaser won't be remembered.
Correct. Well, fuck, I hit the wrong button.
Oh boy.
I went all the way back to the beginning.
No.
Here we are.
Like an acquaintance, and was really upset about my death. Even, certainly besties, if they were upset about my death, dead Nikki Glaser would allow anyone who wants to be sad about me to be sad about me.
That's very kind of you.
Selena Gomez.
She also sounds like she's on Sesame Street.
To me, she sounds like she's tearing up a little bit.
She doesn't look it, but she
knew me peripherally or like an acquaintance, and was really upset about my death. Even, certainly besties, if they were upset about my death, dead Nikki Glaser would allow anyone who wants to be sad about me to be sad about me.
She's got Sesame Street delivery going.
I don't know what that means, really.
Just being anyone. just
sunshiny and
yeah,
peppy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyone that wants to write a song about me can.
Well, that's what's weird. And this is the trouble that Amy got into. It's weird to be I'm a girl who talks about liking jizz on her face.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to appeal to everyone.
You can buy tickets to go see her tonight. Talk about splitting her body between her asshole and her box if you really want.
Right. And the other weird thing is I think that's what a lot of this podcast is about.
I will never listen to it.
So I don't know, but let's keep playing.
I'm on Shane Gillis' side, unlike you, Mike.
I texted him actually.
Did you?
I said another win.
No, that's funny.
And I think you would do the same thing. So like when you
No, he would not.
Feeling of like, I don't deserve to be sad. I think the person who
I really don't think he would. So I don't know a lot about Bob Saget. I'm not pretending to. Mm-hmm. However, Nikki Glaser says I think he would do the same thing for me, which would imply that Bob Saget has never lost anyone closer to him than Nikki Glaser. Because you'll remember Bob Saget has lost a sister, and to my knowledge, he did not write a serious song about her and release it on Spotify.
Are you talking Gay Saget?
I believe that's her name, is what I'm told. Yes, he did not write the Gay Saget song and let America weep for her. So the implication that Bob Saget would do the same for her is outrageous. The man lived 65 years. There's not 1 ounce of evidence of that.
Gearheads, I need someone to make a song about Gay Saget right now. Please, someone make a song about Gay Saget.
I don't know about that, but
all right, I'll play it. VGB. I need a song about
there
Gay
you go.
Saget.
Yeah, that seems like more very good show material.
Make it, and we'll play it unedited.
Be very touched that although you might not have spent as much time with them as their sister or their best friend or their coworkers or whoever else is posting on Instagram,
I met him twice.
That they would still like you to feel that way about them because your sadness means that they meant something, and don't we all want to mean something? So I think it's like to actually don't question it, don't think about it,
And if I died,
don't think about it. Just write a song and release it.
I need Ted Sarandis to write a very serious song about me when I die and just capitalize as much as he possibly can on my death.
Well, we'll definitely have merch if you die.
Yeah.
I'll say he was a better man than he was a producer, and he was one heck of a producer.
That's a nice line. This is nice hearing what's said about me when I'm dead.
Yeah, I won't say any of that.
No, I got it.
Matt, what'll happen if you die while you're producing this podcast?
Yep.
It'll just be, let's say you die on a Friday.
Yep.
We'll have More on Money on Sunday.
Yep.
And then there'll be a live stream Tuesday probably, and Matt from Rhode Island will be here. We'll talk about whatever news is happening.
Yeah, so Craig's gone. Like,
I don't know that I would mention it even. I think we would just do a show. See if anyone noticed before we talk about it.
Yeah. You watch the comments, the comment section come to a slow crawl.
Be great if the comments were just like, Is that the same guy? His name was Craig, wasn't it? That's not. He keeps calling him Matt.
Yeah, Matt just goes by Craig just to make your life easier.
Make it easier for everyone.
Make sure Andrew you tag him.
Yeah, just tag me. I want to get to 46,000. It means a lot to me.
Yeah,
I'm in heaven or hell.
Yeah, I mean I'm going to Bob's funeral not because I think I want it to people to know that I was friends with him, or because
you're gonna put on your story and get.
What a strange thing to even say.
She is one step ahead of the comment section, is what this is.
She really is. I would never think to preface it like that. Like, hey, I'm going to this funeral, not so everyone thinks I'm begging for attention, which you're going to think in a couple minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Which I already know when I play something that I'm about to play. You'll think that I want attention, but I assure you I don't.
I do not want attention.
Now, when you hear the song I'm about to play, think to yourselves, oh, she said she doesn't want attention at the funeral.
By the way, we have not gotten to where I think she is the biggest fucking phony, and it's the biggest giveaway. It's very subtle.
We'll get there. It's a journey. It's a journey. We got to take.
I think I'm thinking what you're thinking. I'm thinking, but it's not what I'm thinking.
When was Bob Saget's funeral, by the way?
Over the weekend, right?
Tell me it wasn't Saturday.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Tell me it wasn't Saturday, because that would be awfully coincidental.
It was Bob Saget's funeral.
Because I believe, folks, and the chat will correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, Bob Saget's funeral was Saturday, and I believe the song "King of Fatherhood" also made its social media debut. Not that it really matters. It's not easy to find.
Oh no, it matters. It matters. It was Friday.
Okay, so she waited a day. See, good for her,
dude. Come on.
It would be much grosser if she released it Saturday morning and was like, "Did you hear my song?"
She fucking.
I mean, you guys are sad, but as you could tell, I'm a little sadder.
She had Bob Saget's funeral open for her.
See, I don't look at that is a very funny way to look at it. But at least what I like to picture is if it was the same day, I think of her releasing the song in the morning and thinking like, oh boy, there's going to be a little bit of a I hope there's not too much fanfare when I walk in.
Oh, I can't.
And everyone's going to say, Nikki, we were all hurt until you healed us. Thank you for the bandage on our gaping wounds.
I think I hate this woman.
I know she's making us. I do my best to defend these people, and they always let me down.
I literally didn't have a problem with her, the person, at all yesterday when we were doing this. It's this video that is making me like I just feel gross.
Let's keep hearing it, but in a few seconds we're gonna have to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Do we listen to the song again?
No.
We skip it.
No, because I'm gonna punch the drywall behind me if I have to hear that again.
I think we might have to listen to it then.
Oh,
we'll see how I'm feeling when we get there.
I know that he would do it for me. I'm like thinking, and I would know that I would actually want Bob to be there at mine. I don't know that I believe in.
I want these famous celebrities to come impress my parents at my funeral.
I would want Bob Saget to be at my funeral.
Oh my God.
So is that to say, Nikki, like, let's say he were alive. Let's say I revive him. I have that kind of power. I bring Bob Saget back and he lives until you die. And then you find out he didn't go to your funeral. Are you now going to say, like, I wish I didn't write this? I felt none of those things now.
He must have not.
I never looked up at the sky.
So that is a clue to what my biggest issue is coming up here.
Okay.
In an afterlife or like that.
Oh,
Bob.
Shit.
What?
Let me go. That was the line right there, I think.
Them or because
you're gonna put on your story and get.
I'm gonna put. It's huge. Because I know that he would do it for me. I'm like thinking, and I would know that I would actually want Bob to be there at mine. I don't know that I believe in an afterlife or like that. Weird. Bob can even he's gonna see it in any way.
Right there.
That's what bothers me.
I don't know if I believe in an afterlife or anything. The whole fucking song is about talking to God in the sky.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
And I heard that and immediately wanted to just turn my car into the wrong way on a rotary. Like, I was so fucking angry.
That's a good point.
I don't
The whole
believe
song is her looking up at the skies and saying, God, 2 requests. Don't take people that I like, and then don't take anyone, I guess, if you want to get to that one.
But first,
specifically the people that I'm a fan of.
Sometimes I speak to the sky. That's another thing, too. I think this song was already written before this. She had that hook. Sometimes I speak to the sky because it's a lovely line. It makes everyone feel good, right? And then Bob died and she went, oh, great. I just saw him in Milwaukee. We were cracking jokes.
How funny would it be if the entire thing was written before Bob Saget died?
You know, when I saw him in Milwaukee, he was like...
Just a complete... Yeah, in Milwaukee, he was looking a little sick.
He was looking a little green.
Green around the gills, old Bobby was.
But that is right. That line right there is when I went, this chick's a fucking phony.
That's very funny. I didn't even think about that.
I screamed at my windshield. Me and my windshield had an argument. I was pretending it was Nikki Glaser. She's fucking... I don't think I believe in an afterlife. I don't think he's going to see this, but I'm going to go talk to God.
And then you would also, like, I actually don't have a problem. Like, if she says, I don't know if I believe in an afterlife, so I don't have a huge problem with that. But
to write a song about it, though,
if you don't believe in an afterlife, then who did you write this for?
And she wrote a song.
Us?
Yeah, no shit. She wrote a song completely banking on there being an afterlife.
Did you write it for us? Because I'd like to make a return, Nikki.
Oh God, I fucking
do you take refunds? Because I have something to return to you. I did not want this.
Oh, apparently I'm onto something because people are saying that. Let's see, she 100% already had most of that song written.
Wow, that's interesting. Why do they say that? Just because the line is so great?
Mike, have you ever produced a song before?
I have not.
It takes so long to master it.
Oh, so this is like a beat they've been working on, and she had the hook, maybe.
They had the beat and the hook.
You see how many music terms I know? Pretty good.
The hook has nothing to do with Bob Saget. It has to do with people dying. So it was I'm on to this.
That's interesting. We may have broken this story wide open.
I think so. The hook has nothing to do with Bob Saget.
Well, then, Craig, I mean, you talked me into it. We're going to have to listen to the whole song.
Ah, damn it.
We're going to have to examine here. We have no choice.
All right, well, they play it here, so.
But I just know that he would do it for me, and so I can't.
No, he would not
because of that. But no other reason than that. So I think it's helpful sometimes to put yourselves in the shoe of the shoes.
If Bob wrote a song about her, he'd be calling her a whore.
Person and go, if they were
because he's a comedian, which would mean he liked Nikki Glaser, by the way.
Right.
If he wrote a song calling her a dumb pig, then that would be in Bob Saget's style, you know?
If Bob Saget's wife wrote this song and released it, or like daughter or something, I hear that and I might even tear up a little bit.
It would, but even then, I would say, like, it would be sad, but I would also be like, we didn't need to hear this,
right?
You know?
That's what song.
How about rule of thumb? We give it more than a week before you release the song.
Oh my God, no shit.
That seem all right to everyone?
No shit. That means she was in the studio the day of his funeral putting finishing touches on that song.
That's a good point too.
I fucking hate her right now.
All right, let's hear.
No, and certainly you would. Yeah. You would appreciate that. That brings us into our final thought, which Anya, you want to cue this up?
Well, are we gonna debut your beautiful song?
Even her friends, by the way, this explains a lot that these are the people around her that we were talking about who says no. These fucking losers.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. And you know what I was thinking? She had the Sirius XM show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like Tom Takar was her co-host on there for a little while, who's a comedian. I think Ian Fidance was on there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And these people are comedians. I don't know who these people are with her. They don't like strike me as comedians.
They're like the E Channel people.
But I truly believe that like if Ian Fidance was in there, or whoever, Dan Soder. Pick your comedian that she's friends with.
Oh, Soder would have crushed her to her face.
They would have been like, Nikki, were you that close with Bob Saget?
That's
what are you doing?
I'm honestly like ignoring that aspect of it. Like if she was or wasn't, you know, that part's not really my, I mean, granted,
you got to hear. So the Legion of Skanks guys wrote songs.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Lewis's was pretty funny.
Yeah,
Lewis's was about how Bob Saget didn't know who he was at Skankfest, but Big J's was awesome.
I saw a clip of that. I think
I think it's on Instagram actually.
When's that come out? Friday?
Yeah, you know what? Bring up the Legion of Skanks Instagram. We'll just play a second of it here.
Is it definitely on there?
Yes. Oh, you know what? Fuck. It might not be their Instagram. Them talking about this is on their Instagram, but I don't know if his song is.
Is it Where It All Started?
No. Fuck it. Never mind. Go listen to Legion of Skanks. But it was Big J was very funny in this episode. And he tells, like I said, Kevin and KFC and Feidelberg were not like ass kissy in any, like they weren't trying to defend Nikki Glaser really.
Right.
But you could tell they were uncomfortable and didn't want to go fully in on her.
Right.
And Big J's response to them was hilarious.
Isn't Big J friends with her?
Oh yeah.
That's what I mean right there. That's the open door that you need to take.
Well, so Big J said, he said stuff like this exists because Patrice O'Neal is not here anymore. He said, Patrice O'Neal was here, this wouldn't be. Because there's no one to police this shit anymore. So the Legion of Skanks did a good job of trying to police this in the comedy community.
Never a dull moment, a dual moment. Says, I got it eventually. If Nikki Glaser wrote a Bob Saget roast song, she'd be a fucking hero.
Of course. That's what he would have wanted, Nikki. I don't know the man. You know him a hell of a lot better than me.
That's the point.
Did you share some laughs in Milwaukee, as we all know? So you know him better than me. But from his public persona, he would much rather you roast him.
No shit.
Upon his death.
We said some funny shit.
We were cracking jokes.
God, we gonna have to really go through this whole song.
Oh yes, you've given us no choice, really.
I'm all you have. Whatever. Hook's already written.
Song
Holy
for
shit.
Bob. This is what we've been working on. I would say the last few months, if we're honest.
Right there.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't even catch that the first fucking time.
Wait, rewind that. What the fuck? We must have missed something.
Yeah, let me go back.
There's no way she slipped up and said, we've been working on this song for a few months. We've been slowly poisoning Bob Saget.
Our final thought.
Awaiting his death.
Anya, you want to cue this up?
Well, are we gonna debut your beautiful song
Holy
for
shit.
Bob? This is what we've been working on. I would say the last few months, if we're honest.
What?
What the fuck? What are we doing here?
A few months.
What are we doing here?
So Nikki predicted Bob's death. That goes back to the lyric where she says, I knew you'd die. I just don't know when. She saw this coming.
Any word or lyric in this song that has nothing to do with Bob Saget was already on a track, already on this song.
That's incredible. Excellent call, Craig. Unbelievable job.
Detective.
I can't believe that. We've been working on this for a couple months. Play that again, please. We just have to hear it one more time.
I've been watching the first 48 a lot, so my detective skills are heightened.
That's very good. We've been working on this for a few. Wow.
That brings us into our final, which
hold on here. Hold on.
I paused.
We don't have a cause of death yet for the great Robert Saget.
Oh, I love this.
I think we've cracked a case wide open. Did Nikki Glaser kill Bob Saget?
All right. Anytime we know we're going into this with a Nikki Glaser killed Bob Saget theory, which I love this, we have to wear collared shirts with loose fitting ties like we've been working all night.
Got my fedora on.
A dude, one of the Atlanta detectives did have a fedora. It was not a joke. There's 48 rules.
Another rough night for the boys, but I think we've cracked a case.
Comedy detectives coming soon to the Blind Mike Patreon.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable. So we've stumbled upon some folks, if you're just joining us, we've stumbled upon some unbelievable audio. Listen to this and tell me if you think Nikki Glaser killed Bob Saget.
Yes, Chef Lewis, get that trending. Hashtag Nikki killed Bob.
I don't know about that.
Anya, you want to cue this up?
Well, are we gonna debut your beautiful song
Holy
for
shit.
Bob? This is what we've been working on. I would say the last few months, if we're honest.
He died a week ago.
It is over. It's a wrap. Oh, hold on. I'm bringing up this video. Look at Nikki.
We've been working on this song for months. The man's barely cold.
I'm not going to play anything, so there's no echo. But look at her face as soon as she says that.
Play it actually, so the folks can see her face.
Look, I think it speaks louder without it. Can everyone see
good.
Look at her face.
That is wild.
That is the face of someone who's going to also murder this chick talking.
Let's. well, you just blew up our spot. I don't think anyone's caught this though. This is unbelievable. We just cracked a case.
How is this? Are the comments turned off on this? Yeah,
Probably,
this is all
honestly.
fake comments. Wow, Nikki can really sing. Beautiful voice, beautiful song. Come on.
Although
I will say her voice really isn't that bad. That was never.
I was Feidelberg got shit on for this, but I actually agree with him. Like, I wouldn't have expected her to sing that well.
No, I don't even think I wouldn't even classify it as bad.
No, I agree.
the lyrics really came together the day that Nikki found out about Bob's passing. And
the day.
What?
The lyrics came together on the day. You know what else? You know what's crazy? You know what comes together before that? Nothing, because this beat was already made somewhere in someone's program thing that she's just singing over.
Also, his death was reported at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, no, I don't even know if I think it was later than that.
Well, she had like 6 hours for it to be on the day he died. She had a pretty limited time.
They are West Coast, so they had 3 extra hours.
Damn. All right. I'll give him that one.
We have to be fair if we're detectives here.
I'll give him that one. All right, Glaser, you get off on this one.
She's about to ask for a lawyer.
But I'm watching you.
If she asks for a lawyer, I'm going to punch a hole through this table.
Take a walk, Coney. I'll handle this.
And sometimes things happen that are strange, melancholy, good luck. This was a terrible thing that happened, but this is one of the most beautiful songs that I've heard in a while. Nikki and Matt Pond worked on this together, and we recorded it the other day here in St. Louis.
For months.
For months. Unbelievable.
That was a big slip up.
A great studio called Native Sound.
Ugh.
Thank you, David and
We're
Ben,
not going through this
for
whole thing, are
helping
we?
put this together. And
No,
Chris,
could we fast forward just the second verse, because that's my favorite part.
Oh, me too. Let's see. If I nailed it, that'd be sick. Ooh, I did. I hit the instrumental.
Josh Adam Myers also had a very funny. Just go listen to Legion of Skanks instead of this bullshit.
Was he in for Dave?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot how long this bridge is.
Well, it took him months to write it, so.
That's right. It took a month to get from the last chorus to.
The guy just died, so they couldn't possibly have enough lyrics to fill all the music they wrote.
Oh, you know what happened? She was recording. The funeral started, so she left, and they let the song play by accident. And then she came back and finished the song.
Imagine Nikki in the studio just saying, like, I look to the skies, and who am I mad at them for taking? God damn it. Who is famous enough that I could say I'm very sad about their death? And then her phone vibrates. Yes.
Box Eating Dad just sent me the clip, apparently, you're talking about.
Oh, good. All right, let's play it.
The clip?
Sure.
right, let me just attach my phone to the board here. I'll continue the song while I look for this, I guess.
All right.
Our last run-in was in Milwaukee. We were cracking up. Two lonely souls, now two old friends. Your jokes were dark, your eyes so bright and kind. I guess I knew one day you'd die, but just not when.
I was hoping it was before we were done with the writing of this song.
So here's
I said, Bob, I've got a lyric to fill. I hope you croak.
I got the chorus, but no direction. And then I saw TMZ and I said, thank you, Jesus. If you are real, I don't believe in you at all. Fuck.
Bob, if you could just not go in a scandalous way, because then I can't release the song.
Yeah, he chokes to death on like a minor's penis. He can't really release this song.
Yeah, then it's a little inappropriate.
Okay, but here's the chorus, and listen, nothing to do with Bob Saget. Oh, what the fuck?
Your eyes so bright and kind. I speak to the sky.
Oh, Sky.
Don't hurt the people I love. Don't hurt anyone. Don't hurt the people I love.
Her friend is crying in her arms. I wish this echo wasn't a thing. You need to see this shit.
You know what's more psychotic? If you're right, was she just writing a song about not wanting anyone to die?
Yeah, it was like it was her way. It's the new climate change.
The song was just, hey, no one die. Fuck population control. No one ever die.
Hashtag,
you know how awful the world would be if no one died?
I need her on a fucking lie detector test. Ask her when this hook was written.
Sometimes I look to the sky and say, God, please keep taking people. Otherwise, society would break down.
Hey, Sky, how's Grandpa?
Humanity wouldn't function, Sky, if you stop taking people. Take me. Take some of us, because that's how the world has. It's the circle of life.
This is unbelievable.
Please don't take anyone. Don't hurt anyone.
Her friend is literally fucking crying in her arms. Literally. I'm not making it up.
The friend who worked on the song for months?
Yes.
Must be a real shock to her what the lyrics are.
I guess Nikki's just Illuminati now. She knows all these things. Yeah, that's it. But the real gold in this is the post song.
It's very weird. So this is where it was weird when I was watching it before without Craig's brilliant theory. Now, watching it with a different perspective, knowing what we know, what we've discovered here, this is even more incriminating.
This is infuriating. I didn't catch that months thing.
Neither did I. It didn't even dawn on me.
I'm glad I had the theory before, because that was just
nuts.
That was just like
working on this for months.
That was us finding a bullet casing on the scene with a print on it.
Boy, you know, in Nikki Glaser's style, I really hope a celebrity dies soon so I can parody this.
Oh, I hope it's. I don't hope it's her, but I hope. Yeah, yes. The next celebrity that we both enjoy die, you're coming over here and we're producing that song,
strumming the old acoustic.
I'm gonna try to find just the instrumental of that song so you can literally copy it. Unbelievable. But here's where
the price was always right when Bob Barker died.
We should do one about. Oh, we could just do it about Betty White right now.
It's too late. We gotta. It's got to be the week of. We gotta really capitalize.
Maybe, hopefully, someone dies this week.
Someone will die. Don't worry, pal. Someone will die.
Yeah. When I die, I want you to do this song for me, Mike, and I'll watch. So speak to the sky.
Just keep playing.
I'll
speak to the ground.
Yeah.
You hear me down there, cocksucker?
Me and Ted will be there. No, this is where it gets dirty.
Yeah, please, let's play.
That's so pretty beautiful, man.
Wow.
That's so pretty beautiful.
That's so beautiful.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. It will be available on Spotify today, right?
Oh God.
On SoundCloud, probably by the time you hear this.
Yeah.
It'll be up on Spotify and SoundCloud.
Yeah, make sure you give us a few downloads, like it, tell your friends to download it as well. Get those numbers up.
She's not.
By the way, this was all for Bob Saget.
She's not putting it at the end of her podcast to show her listeners what she thought. It's also going up on Spotify and SoundCloud because she really loved Bob Saget.
This is all about Bob, by the way. Who will never hear this song.
Did I mention this is just about Bob?
How about singing to him while he's alive, Nikki, if you felt this way?
You think maybe he would have...
I mean, he had the song written when he was alive, for Christ's sake.
Pull him aside and tell him how much he means to you, maybe while he's alive.
Boy, not knowing they worked on it for months, how dark is that line now when she says, I knew you'd die, I just didn't know when. Oh, have I been waiting? I've been rubbing my mitts together, hoping you die.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll link it on our on Nikki Glaser Pod. And
friends wiping
we'll
tears
put the
from her
lyrics
face
up on SoundCloud too.
Yeah, you'll put the lyrics up.
Patreon.com/Nikki Glaser for my John Madden tribute song.
Her friend just goes, yeah, we're going to put the lyrics on SoundCloud too. I don't think we're going to have a fucking difficult time deciphering what she's saying.
Yeah, the lyrics are pretty deep, so people are going to, wow, what did that mean?
Fuck.
That was pretty much it, right?
Let's see.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You killed it. Your voice is one of my
thanks.
favorite things to listen to now.
Oh, well, thank you. Babe.
This woman has ruined whoever this lady is
ruined Nikki Glaser's
She's
career.
ruined Nikki Glaser. Who is this woman?
I don't know. Anya Marina.
Anya Marina is the sole reason. I'm now convinced she has ruined Nikki Glaser, and I think she is not completely innocent in Bob Saget's death.
We need to vet Anya Marina.
Who is Anya Marina? What do we know about her?
Someone's going to get a dossier on Anya Marina and slide it over here. Slide me the DOS, and we're going to destroy this woman for ruining.
This is now the Anya Marina podcast.
Yes.
Full-scale investigation.
Oh,
anything you know, send your tips to patreon.com/blindmike. Anything you know, any details on her past, any suspicious deaths in prior years, any suspicious songs around deaths, anything you know.
Unbelievable, Anya Marina.
Oh, God.
I think that's it.
The song Possible
All right.
Match.
Well,
Chris.
Here she is thanking everyone that worked on the song.
That is wild.
You think maybe thank Bob Saget for being this big of an impact on your life, you fucking selfish dummy?
Yeah, clearly. After Anya Marina and the producers, and I guess Bob Saget's owed a little bit of credit for this.
Nikki Glaser got me all riled, dude. I'm fucking.
Well, hey, while we did crack this case, I never would have heard about it. I didn't know about this song until the Legion of Skanks guys talked about it. So you said Box Eating Dad sent Big J's song?
Yes.
Let's give it a listen. I just want to play a little bit of it because it's pretty good. This is what Nikki Glaser should have written about Bob Saget.
Dude.
Oh yeah. It's 4 minutes. Does that sound right?
Yeah, just start it, and we don't have to play the whole thing.
All right.
Truly, get it. That's how Bob would have wanted it.
Citrus squeeze.
Bob loved Trulies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crank it,
Oh, man. Is this about Bob Saget?
Yep.
Okay.
It starts with
Saget. I don't know why. When you died, everybody cried. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to take a celebrity death
and make it about me.
Time is not the thing. I was wasted when I heard Nikki Glaser sing. Watching Spotify, running time. Her song's only 3 minutes, but it felt too long. I only that one show. Friday night before the wind slows. I'm trying to think, I don't even know. Oh, right, America's funniest videos. Seems like a pretty cool dude. Stephanie Tanner used to say, how rude. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time.
I tried so hard, but couldn't.
Listen to one more verse.
To the end, I didn't really know if he did my podcast. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Oh, was that it?
Oh no, I stopped. I didn't know if you wanted to.
Oh no,
going.
we got to listen to one more verse because there's one line that brings down the house.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Full House was a pretty dope show. Uncle Jesse used to fuck on Becky, yo. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to remind myself to always cut it out. By the way you watch me, DJ Tanner was not the girl for me. There's never even Stephanie.
It was fucking awesome, man.
The crowd is going kind of nuts. That's outstanding.
Big J's fury about this song is what inspired. I said I have to talk about this. I said Big J wants the word out there. I have to talk about this.
I heard Louis J. Gomez has a Betty White song tribute.
Does he?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's
hoot.
It's very serious.
Yeah, you stabbed my dad.
It'd be great if you just made that song about every celebrity. Was it you?
Okay. There was one episode where they were obviously mocking his dad for getting stabbed to death. And,
Oh yes.
And
they were reading the police report, I think.
No, that too. But they do this all the time. But there was another episode when they were saying that Lewis said his dad loved him. And they were all like, no, he didn't. He's like, yeah, Big J goes, yeah, when he was getting stabbed, they're like, stop stabbing me. I have to go see my boy. And that show's great.
Yes, so go listen to Legion of Skanks. Shout out to them for realizing this comedy tragedy.
Oh.
And we solved. I'm sorry, we haven't solved anything yet. But I do think we did crack a big case wide open.
We got some leads, do we?
We got some serious leads, and Anya Marina seems to be the number one culprit in all of this.
Absolutely.
So stay vigilant out there, folks. Stay alert and keep your head on a swivel. Don't let Anya Marina go.
And once again, send all tips to patreon.com/blindmike.
Correct. So thank you for joining us tonight, folks. Thank you, Nikki Glaser, for a good week of content.
I really appreciate it.
Yes. Go listen to, I'm sure the Very Good Show boys will make some inappropriate jokes about this.
It'd probably be too late by the time it gets back to us.
Oh, that's right. You've already recorded this week.
Yes, we have.
Well, who knows? Maybe so. Go listen to a Very Good Show either way. Monitor. Let me know if there's anything I should listen to.
Yes, please.
Tweet at me if there's something I should listen to. Go subscribe to Very Good Show, subscribe to this show, subscribe to Why You Laughing on all the free platforms. There's 5-star reviews on Spotify now, so go give us 5-star reviews everywhere. Subscribe on YouTube, all the free shit. And then if you'd like to support financially, go to patreon.com/blindmike. Our link tree has our Teespring link for some merch. Big TikTok and Instagram influencer now. So follow me there as well. Blind Mike Geary. Anything else?
I got nothing, sir.
All right, boys. Boys and gals, thank you for watching. And I really feel like we're going to be taken out by a guy who should probably be Nikki Glaser's future husband with the route she's going down.
Who's that?
Garrison, take it away.
Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always, rock on.